Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Timsy Naked Tarot if you are new, or welcome back if you are a regular viewer. Yes, it's that time again. There's another full or new moon, and in this particular case, it's a new moon, and it's the first of the Virgo new moons. There are two new moons in Virgo this year. I don't know the complete dynamics of why. Possibly something to do with the fact that the moon circles the earth every 28 days, which means in one period we have two new moons. Could also be an indication there should be a 13th star sign, but hey ho, who am I? I'm just a tarot reader. Okay, today we are doing an all signs overview read on prepping. Don't tune out now. Prepping can come in many ways, shapes, and forms. Yes, it is commonly associated to doomsday preppers. They are what are known as preppers and people who prep, thus prepping. But you could be prepping for anything. You could be preparing to send your child off to university. You could be preparing to go on holiday. You could be saving up for that right now. So basically, we're going to see how your preparations are going for something that hasn't happened yet. Okay, so all I do is I pull out one main energy out of my bag of runes. These are the Norse runes, also known as the Viking runes, if you will. And then that will be the overall energy of the read for this period of time. I say this period of time because I'm doing the pull on the overview now, but it'll probably be about 2 or 3 weeks before we actually get to that overview. I've been trying my best to catch up, but unfortunately I haven't, and I'm going to start working away next week, which means I'm probably going to be even limited on time, so I'll probably lag behind even further. Okay, so we have got the gas coming out, or Degas, or Degas, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Degas sounds very French, which probably isn't right because ancient Norse is, well, a Germanic language, so it's probably Dagas, okay, or Dagas, as the case may be. Now, this is a representation of day, okay. This would be the Viking rune for day, daylight, daytime, success, hope, breakthroughs, transformation, and balance. It's kind of like a fitting rune, considering we are doing prepping. Okay, you might have a breakthrough with your preps. You might be getting a transformation. Your child going off to college or university, well, they're transforming from being at home all the time to going off and being sort of semi self-reliant, I suppose. If they're going to university, if they're staying away, their success, you'll be happy in that your child's going away. There is hope. You're hoping the best for your child if they're going away to university or college. And there's balance. It's bringing your life back into balance. And because as much as we might love our children, they really do swing life out of balance because all your life comes around them. Okay, so it brings it back into balance because you can put more of you energy back into the mix and less of the them energy. Okay, so let's have a look at what the cut is going to give us to back up Douglas. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. New beginnings. Oh, I've got some mastic stuck on my arm from work. I thought I washed all that off. Oh well, never mind. It's off now. You couldn't quite see that. That was just out of shot. It was annoying me though. And so we have got the Ace of Pentacles. It's a new beginning. It's a founded beginning. It's something grounded and strong. Okay, it leads to much bigger things. And God, the universe keeps doing this a lot to me at the moment. We got a Nine of Pentacles. Independence. Now, if you're sending your child off to college, you're getting a bit of your independence back. They're getting their independence. You couldn't ask for a better card for this. If you are preparing for some major calamity to happen and you're getting all your food, all your water, all your preps together, you are trying to become independent of that calamity. Okay, that's basically what preppers are trying to do. They're trying not to be caught up in it. They're trying to be independent from it. Let's see what the card was, which the universe didn't particularly want to show us, but I'm just nosy. It has to go back in the deck to be shuffled, so I'm just having a look. It's the Hermit. Okay, and yes, some preppers are very hermit-like. They don't like to tell people what they're prepping for. They don't. Well, let's face it. When you start talking about, I don't know, major solar flares which knock out power, and then about 10 years later reverse the polarity of our magnetic field on the planet, yeah, most people have turned off by now, haven't you? Okay, it's okay. I'm not going into that. I'm not doing a tarot read on that. I'm doing a tarot read on what you're getting ready for. What you we all do it. We all do it in various different ways. It's what we all you can say, for example, we all descended from people who have done it in the past. Okay, during the war, let's go back to during the Second World War. Yeah, the people who survived were people who fended for themselves. Okay, going further back, we could go right back to Noah's time. Okay, Noah built an ark. He prepared, by God's direction, but he prepared for a torrential downpour, a huge flood, and he took all the animals and all the food and everything he needed to survive that period. Okay, so don't scoff at preppers. Sometimes they're right. Rarely, but sometimes. Okay, Aries. Queen of Pentacles. You're quite happy where you are. Okay, you don't. Perhaps you're one of these groups of people who is just like, well, I don't need to prepare for anything. Everything's all fine and dandy, and well, yeah. No, I might no, I'm not going to throw crossing cards on there. Let's just keep it basic. So you might be thinking everything's fine and dandy. You might have your head buried in the sand. You might think the world is absolutely fine. Oh yeah, there may be a war here, there, or everywhere, but I'm not involved in it. Oh yeah, there might be droughts in places, but that don't affect me. There might be floods in other places, but my feet aren't wet. But all these things do affect you in one way or another. But you're sitting there, you're comfortable. One of the reasons they don't affect you is because directly or indirectly you have prepared yourself for this. Yeah, you might have a lot of money, so you haven't noticed the food prices going up. Or you might have access to a lot of money. Maybe you have a good paying job. You might always make sure that your kitchen and your larder is stocked. Again, you wouldn't notice things like food prices going up or whatever. You buy it weekly. Yeah, they go up a little bit each week. You know, if you do your food shopping monthly, you notice the bigger price hike and things. But yeah, you're kind of happy where you are. The other thing this could be, you might be an out and out prepper and you think you've got it all. Okay, we'll find out further when we do the reads. Okay, Taurus. Well, this whole read might be an eye-opener to you. Well, prepare for what? Oh my God, really? Might the sun actually send out a solar flare or knock out the power? Yes, it might. It done it about, God, 170 odd years ago. Okay, 1853 or 8. Can't never quite remember that. It was called the Carrington event. Go and look it up. The reason it didn't affect humanity too badly then is because the only sort of electrical systems we had in place was the telegraph. Now, look up the Carrington event telegraphs and you will see how badly it did affect what we had electrical at the time. It can happen. Just, 2-3 days ago, the sun threw out a massive solar flare. Luckily, it weren't pointed at us, because if it was as powerful as the Carrington event. It could have been the one that knocked us back into the pre-industrial revolution. Okay, but for your main energies, there's a new start. There's a new start coming. This could be that you're sending your child off to university. You've got a new start in your social life. This could be, perhaps you're having a child, full stop. Maybe you've got to wait 18 odd years before you send them off to university because you're only just having them. And it's a whole new world for you. You're getting prepared in the sense of you're getting nappies or diapers in. You're getting baby wipes. You're getting a cot. You're getting a room set on one side. you're starting to nest and all that wonderful stuff. Okay, and so this is a big new cycle starting for you. And who knows, the way the world is, by the time you watch this, something might have happened and it might have actually started it all for all of us. Remember, all these cards are actually linked together one way or another. Okay, so we got the Hierophant coming out for Geminis. Now, this could be looking for a guru, a teacher, someone who can show you how to do this, someone who can prepare you to prepare for yourself, things like that. Again, this could be an indication that you're sending your children off to university or college or further education somewhere. And remember, university, college, further education could be the armed forces. Okay, no, I know it's not classed as going into further education, but they are going to be learning and they're going to be away. Okay, so yeah, it could be that. For others of you, this could be that you are preparing for something long term. This would fall into like the deep preppers, so to speak, the doomsday preppers. They're preparing to see out something for years, not just for the day and a half power cut you might have. Although if they're preparing for years, they're capable of living out a day and a half off the grid for a while, aren't they? But it could be that. Talking about, I was going to say it after I'd done Cancer, but I'll say it now. There's two reasons. There's two reasons I am doing this, because the last lot of reads I done was all about your work and your career. Okay, and for work and career, I suppose, yeah, we're always planning, we're always prepping for what's coming next. We're all sort of slightly on edge and prepared just in case our jobs fall through, we get fired, the company goes under, whatever. So we tend to keep a little bit on behind in our wages. We tend to keep some savings so we can pay a month or two of the mortgage, the rent, or the whatever, while we're looking for another job. You're preparing, you're a prepper. Okay, this kind of reminds me of one of the first few little short videos I done on my prepping channel. Yeah, you are a prepper, you just don't realize it. Okay, talking about my prepping channel, okay, that is another reason I thought I would do this. Some of you may remember from about a year or year and a half ago, I said I was starting a new channel, and some of you may be new here and haven't been here this long. I am a fringe prepper, I suppose. I feel that there's something coming. I'm sort of like connected to the energies. There are things coming. There are things happening all the time. There's an 8.8 earthquake over in Kamchatka not so long ago. There was a war going on in Ukraine with Russia at the moment. Let's go over to the other side of the world. We've got America, who is literally taxating the whole world about what comes into their country. Okay, so we've got all these things going on. These are all things people prepare for. Okay, I'm there. I'm more of a knowledge-based prepper. I like to get the knowledge. Not necessarily, I don't have cans and cans stacked up in a cupboard somewhere. I have probably, for food and water, very little. But I know where there is food and I know where there is water. I can go off and do that. And it's the knowledge side of things I prepare with. Okay, but I do also have a prepping channel. And why not? I will leave a link in the description for that said prepping channel. So if you want to go and check it out and show me some love and join along and follow me along in that one, you can. Oh, look, the Ten of Pentacles coming out for us Cancerians. So, and there you have an abundance. Okay, you have an abundance of wealth, Cancers. Oh, fantastic. Are you preparing for an abundance of wealth? Are you sitting there with lots and lots of plans? Excuse me. Lots and lots of plans, just waiting for the lottery win to come in to get them kick-started and pushed off. If that is the case, well, perhaps ditch 99% of them, concentrate on one of them. Okay, and don't go too extravagant. Yeah, aim for Mars, but shoot for the moon. If you're waiting for something to come in, it's probably never going to. If you live life like it already has, but you're just bumming around, it's more likely to come in. Okay. The Ten of Pentacles is a card of an abundance of wealth. Perhaps you are getting some sort of abundance of wealth. Perhaps you are getting more time to concentrate on preparing for something else. And maybe you're being forced into a situation where you have to rely on whatever you have already prepped, unknowingly or knowingly. Okay, perhaps you live in an area which is going to be suffering from like power outages over the next couple of weeks or months. Perhaps you live in North Carolina, where your coastal property is probably being flooded as I talk right now. Maybe you live in, I don't know, one of the countries will join on to the Ukraine, and you're worrying about something spilling over into your borders. Perhaps it does. So there you go. There's a lot of ifs and buts in prepping. But what if an asteroid hits our planet? But what if it doesn't? And more to the point, a big enough asteroid, no amount of prepping is going to help you. Eight of Pentacles, Leos, you're working on it. Okay, you're putting money aside if you're saving for a holiday. You're sorting out the baby room if you or your partner is pregnant. You are shipping your kid off to university if they're going to university. You're preparing what you're going to do with those probably rather short terms that they're away. They will seem short for you before you realise that they will be coming back. But you're working on it. Perhaps you work in the field of prepping. Perhaps you work as a financial advisor. There you go. You didn't think I was going to come out with that one for a prepping video. But that's what a financial advisor is. It's a guru who helps you prep with your finances. Okay? But they don't just help. They charge you for it one way or another. Okay. So, Virgos, your moon, your new moon. Justice. Now, how does justice fit into the world of prepping? How? Why? Really? I don't know. Okay, justice. You're a prepper. It's that simple. Okay, you're balancing things out. You're trying to balance out your prepping world with your real world, with your social life, with your work. Okay. And you've sussed it. You've got it. You get paid from it. You do your work. That's taking up a third of your waking day, or half of your waking day, a third of your complete day. You're taking some of your wages. You're putting it towards preps. You're taking some of your wages, paying the bills. You're taking some of your wages, social life. Okay, you've got it. You think or feel you have got it all sorted. It's justice. It's balanced. Now, real justice for you would be if you had to put this stuff into practice. And maybe that's what this is saying. Actually justify what you're doing. Go for take a week off. Take a week off holiday, okay, from work, and then live out a scenario. Imagine the power's gone off for a week. Literally flip your mains, turn it off. You're going to save yourself a little bit of money, okay? A lot of things people prep for, they do have shelf lives, or prep with, I should say, they do have shelf lives. They do go out of date eventually. You have to go through your pantry and keep recycling the old out and put new in to make sure that when the shit does hit the fan, everything's still good. Use it as an excuse. Do it. Yeah. Tape up your windows. Obviously, remember to do all the safety things as well. Do not be cooking inside your house with a barbecue. Things like that. Make sure that your fire detector and carbon monoxide detector both have fresh batteries in, etc., etc. But give it a go. Justify what you're doing. Libras, Two of Pentacles. Okay, you're juggling. Virgos may have it all together. You're juggling. Yeah, this feels like me. Okay, you're juggling things about. I got two YouTube channels. One of them's suffering, one of them's okay. Yeah, the tarot channel. Yeah, it's not suffering too much from the prepping channel. The prepping channel suffers greatly from the tarot channel. I do a couple of tarot reads during the night or during the evening, and I'm drained. And the last thing I want to do is then sit there and do a prepping video as well. But or do anything to my preps actually. But the point is, you're juggling things about. You are trying to do things. And this is also an overlapping energy. We have a new beginning there. We had the Ace of Pentacles in the cut. Okay. We have got endings here as well with the 10 of Pentacles. It's a low overlapping energy. The old is on its way out. The new is coming in. And the new might be the things we have been preparing for. Okay. Scorpios. Knight of Wands. You're just going to do what you want to do. It's very Scorpio-ish, isn't it? I'm just going to do what I want to do. Screw the rest of you. Sorry, that's the energy what's coming off it. Yeah. Do I need a prep? No, not really. If it happens, it happens. I'll just deal with it. I'll just do what I want to do. No, I'll leave you at that then. We'll see what the main read is in a couple of weeks. Okay, 8 of Swords for our Sagittarians. Okay, Saggies, you are in a similar boat to Aries, but slightly different. Okay, I said at one point Aries have got their head buried in the sand. Oh, it's never going to happen. Or they're not noticing what is actually going on in the world at the moment. Their little world consists of where they live and about 20 miles of radius around that. Everything else doesn't really exist. It's a simulation. It just hasn't rendered in yet because I haven't gone there. You've got your head buried in the sand as well, but there is something very wrong. You're feeling something's very wrong. You're feeling that it ain't quite right. Maybe I have to pull my head out of the sand and actually have a look and see what's going on. Capricorns, you have got the Ace of Wands. You are preparing passionately for something. Maybe you're preparing for passion. Okay, maybe you're thinking about surprising your partner with a weekend away. Maybe you're thinking about putting rose petals on a bed. All these things are preparation. Okay, you think of the idea, you have to go out, you have to buy the rose petals, you have to make sure that your partner's not around, and then put the rose petals on the bed, and then hope that your partner comes back when they're meant to come back and not do something stupid like go to the pub and get drunk with their mates and so on. So yeah, you're preparing for something passionate. Or the other way of looking at this is you're a passionate prepper. You're preparing, and when you prepare for something, you put all your heart and soul and passion into it. 10 of Wands for our Aquarians. Our Aquarians, you're burdened by it. You're burdened by something. We're talking about prepping. Whatever you're prepping for, you don't want to be prepping for. Okay, you feel it's a great big burden. Maybe you're prepping for an expected child, but you weren't planning on having an expected child, or perhaps an expected grandchild, which you weren't planning on having either. And it's just a big burden. It's like, oh, I've got to do this now. Oh, I've got to do it. Oh, now I've got to squeeze in work. Oh, and now I've got to go for the hospital appointment. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of burden. And remember, again, all these cards are connected. Yes, I might be calling them star signs, but I'm just looking at prepping in a whole, all the energy about prepping out there in the ether and segmenting it up into 12 little portions. Okay? It's hard work. It's work. Okay? But there's a generational wealth coming from it. If you're having your grandchild, it's a generational wealth. It's an abundance of joy, happiness, and the like. We have got the Knight of Swords coming out for Pisces. Pisces, you may be hearing some form of information which is spurring you into prepping. Okay, maybe you have friends in the military or in a government somewhere and they're giving you a little heads up. You're getting a message which is the sort of message that makes you think, well, if they're giving me a message like that, I better take this seriously. Yeah, if they're saying this might happen, I better get something of that in to compensate for it. Something like that. You're getting some form of information. It's coming quick. You're probably going to get this information before I do the main reads. Okay, it's coming in that quick with that Knight of Swords. But it is some sort of important information you are getting about and possibly spurring you on to prepping. Okay, getting ready for something. And remember, that's all what prepping is. It's being ready for the unexpected event, or being ready for the event what hasn't actually arrived yet. You may know it's coming, but it's not there yet. You may know you're going to have a child in 4 months' time, but it's not 4 months' time yet. You may know that your child is going off to university, but they haven't left yet. That's what you're doing. You're preparing for the future, and you're trying to make it as easy as possible when it happens. Okay, that is your read. Hopefully it resonates with you. If it does, that is fantastic. As I said, I will leave a link in the description. Remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you. And I've probably only got about one person watching now because, let's face it, prepping isn't about like the most exciting thing to be putting a read on. So, yeah, thanks for hanging around to the end, my loyal viewer, even if you are a brand new one. Yeah, if you like this, please feel free, give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. Drop in the comments, if you are a prepper of any description, what you are prepping for. That would be fantastic. I really should have thrown that out near the beginning of the read when I still had more people watching. If you didn't like this read, that's absolutely fine. Throw in the comments what you didn't like about it, and I might be able to put it right for you in the future. Talking about the future, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel yet, I strongly suggest you do so. By subscribing to my channel, you'll be adding your energies to the tarot team pot, which will make reads like this resonate with you on a more personal level. Okay, well, until the next time you're watching one of my videos, be it for the prepping video, which will be coming out whenever I get round to doing it, be it the singles reads, which are the ones I am now doing next, or possibly the twin flame reads, which I think are the ones that will come after that. Yes, we have about 24, 28-ish reads to do before I get on to the prepping ones. But I will do my best. I will try to crack them out as quick as I can. Speaking of which, I'm now going to be going and setting up for my first singles read, which I don't even know who I'm starting with. But until the next time you're watching one of my videos, you will be good out there.